thank you to all of you for all of the votes that we've gotten across the board. And I've taken a few days to not only let everybody get their votes in, but compile this very video so I can actually bring you the finals. The final video is going to consist of the winner of each of the 15 rounds that we've held up until now. So this is going to be a list of 15, sort of, games that you are going to pick from, and the winner of this poll will be the game that I will do a Let's Play of. Just like before, I would like to remind everyone that you do have to vote in the poll that I link at the top of the video description. You cannot vote in the comments, but do feel free to still leave a comment. Believe me though, voting through the poll is even easier than leaving a comment. All you have to do is click the link, click any of the games you want, you can vote for more than one, and hit vote. You don't have to register, log in, or anything. Now for the finals, I have done my best to procure my own footage of the game, so for a lot of these, this is also the quality of video that you're going to be getting. However, I simply don't own all of the games here, and so I can't show off every single one of them. If I couldn't actually get my own footage, then instead I'll be playing the trailer for the game. Now in all the rounds before now, I have tried to bias the votes a little bit, so we could get a really good final round that I was proud of and happy with, and was filled with games that I personally would love to do. Now I'm going to do my best not to bias the votes in the finals, because I do want a genuine battle, and I want what you guys want me to do to win. However, I'm also still going to give some information about what the Let's Play is actually going to be like. And though that may bias the vote a little bit, I also think it's only fair that you know what you're going to get. That said, the winner of round 1 is Chrono Trigger, action RPG for the Super Nintendo. The game is a very beloved game to many gamers, and it is a lot of fun. There's a time travel involved, dancing robots, it's an interesting game, and the art was actually done by Akira Toriyama of Dragon Ball Z fame, as well as Dragon Quest. Though I feel like he gets less praise for that. In doing Chrono Trigger, I would be doing my best to get the best ending of the game, at the very least. I think there's multiple endings, or maybe that's Chrono Cross I'm thinking about. Regardless, if there are multiple endings, I'll be trying to get the best one. I'll also be trying my best to show off all of the side quests and little bonuses in the game, though it's also been a very long time since I've played the game, and as such, I may miss something, so just a heads up, I give no guarantees. The winner of round 2 is The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. Fairly typical Zelda game for the Wii. The game is actually a prequel to every other Zelda game out there, and shows where a lot of staples in the Zelda universe came from. It's an origin story, so to say. And it seems to combine the best of both worlds graphically, in that a lot of people liked the cartooniness of Wind Waker, but a lot of people liked the seriousness of Twilight Princess. And I think the art style in Skyward Sword actually meets in the middle very well. I've not actually played the game myself, but considering I've played essentially every other Zelda game out there, I'm pretty confident that I could 100% the game playing through. The winner of round 3, Sonic Generations. Exceedingly fast platformer. It was released for several systems, though I would be playing the PC version. It's the most recent mainline Sonic game to come out, and it's been praised to heaven and back. It combines the best of classic Sonic and what we hit best about Sonic Colors and even the daytime stages back in Sonic Unleashed, where you can play as modern Sonic and classic Sonic for 2 completely different stage types. Though I've played very little of the game myself, I'd say in playing through myself, I would try my best to get all the collectibles, but I can almost guarantee I won't be able to pull it off. I will at least try to get all of the red rings, though. For round 4, I'm actually doing something a little bit different. You see, the winner of round 4 came out of nowhere. The winner was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. Beat 'em Up, released on the PlayStation Network. I would be playing it through co-op, so Elemental Ogre would be there with me. Of course, it is based on the whole Scott Pilgrim vs. the World thing, be it the movie, the comics, and the like. On top of beating up dudes, you can level up, you can backtrack, you can buy new crap. It's kinda neat, actually. Though I've not actually played a huge amount myself. I get the feeling if we did it, it would be a rather short Let's Play. And in turn, I don't know if it would be the best to win this whole thing, but that's really for you guys to decide. But that is also why I'm doing something a little bit different for this round. You see, this round actually had the closest second place. Between having the closest second place and the winner coming out of nowhere, you see the second place was actually winning for the vast majority of the voting. I'm going to include not only the winner, but the second place as well. Metroid Other M. Metroidvania for the Wii. I suppose you could call it the black sheep of the Metroid family. It's gotten a lot of criticism, mostly for the story, and personally, I really loved this game. So I would certainly like the chance to actually speak about why I don't think it is as bad as many people believe it is. And story aside, the gameplay itself is actually really good. Being a Metroid game, I would of course be going for 100%, collecting all the collectibles, including showing off the little bit of post-game that there is. Onwards then to round 5, where the winner was Tales of Symphonia, action RPG for the GameCube. Now, though many of the Tales of games can technically be played co-op, I would be more than likely playing through this one solo. Though I wouldn't object to the idea of trying to rope Ogre into playing for a video or two. Tales of Symphonia is probably my favorite of the Tales of games, and I would be playing through the entire regular story, of course, as well as tackling as many of the side quests and bonus dungeons as I can. You see, a lot of them can only be played through and gotten to in subsequent playthroughs of the game. Those I would not be tackling, I would only be doing the one playthrough. The round 6 winner was Muramasa, the Demon Blade, action game with a little bit of adventure for the Wii. Muramasa is a vanillaware game, so it's of course an absolutely gorgeous game, and follows the tale of two people, Momohime and Kisuke. There's essentially two complete game heroes for the two of them. I would be showing off both complete stories, as well as creating as many swords as I can conceivably create. Now, I have personally not yet beat this game, but I am essentially at the last boss of both playthroughs, so I'm fairly certain that I could beat the game for the Let's Play. I would, however, not be playing on the harder difficulty. The winner of round 7, Earthbound, RPG for the Super Nintendo. Earthbound is another game that's very, very beloved by many people, myself included, for what it brought to the table at the time, not just mood-wise, humor-wise, but emotionally as well. And it follows the tale of Ness, a young boy in modern day, running about beating up crazy old men and aliens, trying to save the world from nightmare fuel. Though I was cheating pretty hard in the demo video you see in the background, I would of course be playing through 100% legit, no save states or anything, in the actual Let's Play. There's not much in the way of side quests or bonus things to do, but I would try to show off everything I could. The winner of round 8, as can really be expected, Persona 3 FES, RPG and life sim for the PlayStation 2. If you've seen our Persona 4 Let's Play, you should at least have an idea what you're in for with Persona 3. The battles are changed around a little bit and the story is very different. It's actually a fair amount darker as well. Though I'm certain many people would be asking for co-op with this one, both myself and Ogre. Ogre will not be joining me, it will be only myself. And though the Persona series has never been as special to me as it has been to many of you, I would still try to do my absolute best for the game. Winner of Round 9, Luigi's Mansion. Action, adventure, and ghost hunting for the GameCube. Luigi has gotten the key to his very own mansion, but it's infested with ghosts, so he's got to creep his way through and try to clean it out. I can't speak too much on the gameplay as I haven't played the game myself, but this is yet another game that's very beloved to many people. Since I haven't played the game myself, I wouldn't know exactly what I would be in for as far as trying to show absolutely everything off, so I can't guarantee that I would 100% it or show off all the secrets, but I would certainly try my best. Round 10 winner, No Kuni RPG for the PlayStation 3, brought to us by the ever-wonderful Studio Ghibli. I'm going to assume I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. At face value, it seems like a fairly standard JRPG, but I do loves me a good JRPG, and especially if it's brought to us by Studio Ghibli, I am all for it. They've crafted some absolutely gorgeous stories in the past, and I would very much look forward to this one. I have not played this one myself either, though, which also means that I don't know exactly what I would be in for. I'm fairly confident I could beat the game fine, but as far as missing any secrets or showing off 100%, I may miss something. Though I will try my best not to. The round 11 winner, Cave Story. Action adventure, it's essentially a Metroidvania, for the PC. I suppose it's not really a Metroidvania, but game genres are weird anyway. Specifically though, I would be playing Cave Story Plus, though I get the feeling I would be reverting all of the graphics and sound back to their original. It's a wonderfully charming adventure with guns and shooting and tiny little fuzzy dudes with ears, yet still gets really serious and emotional and is just overall a very fantastic game. I will do my absolute best to 100% the game, collect everything in it. I have in the past. The only thing that I have not done is beat the secret boss at the end of the game. I've gotten to him, just not beaten him. And with that, I'm fairly certain if I'm doing it for you guys, I can will myself forward and pull that crap off. The round 12 winner, Xenoblade Chronicles. Action RPG for the Wii. Taking on the Xeno name, it is actually a very well put together game. The battles themselves are a bit more action-y than you would expect out of a JRPG, but it still does look fantastic, and I am told that the story is leagues better than anything else I've seen. I do, however, have two concerns with this game. Seeing as I haven't played it myself, I wouldn't know exactly what I would be in for as far as length goes. There are many side quests and the like in the game, and though at least sort of necessary to 100% the game and to level up plenty enough to proceed through the game, many of that I'm not sure if I would want to show off. And if I do show it all off, I'd be concerned about the length of the series. At the very least, though, it'd probably take me a little bit to get a feel for it, but I'd handle it as best as I could. The other concern that I have for the game is that it is also a very expensive game. A copy anymore will run about $200, and I simply don't have that kind of money to spend on the game. So should this win, I'm actually going to have to look to all of you for help on that one. I'll be adding a donate button over on the forum and on my channel, where I can hopefully gather enough money to actually get the game to play. To the round 13 winner, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Action RPG, though I don't really think it has too much in the way of RPG elements, for the Wii U. It's a Monster Hunter game. I almost shouldn't need to say much more than that. If you've seen my Dancing with BAMs, I'm told that the Monster Hunter games are actually fairly similar. So you could view this as an extended reach into that, where I go out and murder dudes and cleave pieces off of their bodies to make myself better armor and weapons, so I can go out and fight more dudes and cleave pieces off them so I can make more armor. There's not too much in the way of storyline in the game, so that hacking and cleaving is about all you'd really get. Having not played the game myself, I'm not really sure how I would even approach it, or if I even have it in me to pull off the win. I feel like I would want to start by showing my first take against a monster and watching myself probably die, and then cut until I actually succeed and show that take. There's probably going to be a fair amount of post-commentary, and I don't want to overload people with videos, so if I'm not winning on my first take very often, it's probably going to end up just being a Dancing with BAMs style, where I show you the victory and do post-commentary over it. The round 14 winner, and the at least high ranker in the previous tournaments that I've done, Disgaea. Tactical RPG for the PlayStation 2. Disgaea is known not only for its over-the-top combat, crazy maneuvers, but the world itself and the characters, the dialogue before and after fights, as well as when running around your castle, all have a very unique charm to them, making the game an absolutely fantastic game overall, and a game that I will praise despite really not liking tactical RPGs. Now, every time I've played through this game myself, I've cheated, because I don't like tactical RPGs, but for the Let's Play, I would of course be playing through 100% legit. My only concern then is, since I have very little genuine experience with tactical RPGs, I don't know how confident I should be in my ability to make it through the game. And if I do make it through the game, I don't know how confident I should be in my ability to tackle a lot of the post-game stuff, which is where the ridiculousness just gets cranked up to 11. As with any other situation where I'm unsure though, should it win, I will absolutely give it my best shot. And finally, the winner of round 15, Kirby's Epic Yarn. Platformer for the Wii. Being a Kirby game, it is of course adorable and fun, and this game is two-player like many Kirby games are, and I would of course be bringing Elemental Ogre along for the ride. Now, Kirby's Epic Yarn did get a lot of criticism for being too easy, that you could just breeze your way through every level since there is no fail state. And though true, I also say if all you're doing is beelining to the end of the game, you're missing out on a lot of what makes this game actually good. If you try to 100% this game, not only are there a lot of side quests and mini games to play through, but it involves playing through most of the levels almost perfectly without getting hit at all, and requires a great deal of skill. Though personally, I found a lot of the mini-games to drag on a great deal and overall detract from the game. For the purposes of the Let's Play, I would still want to show them off. Maybe I would just wait until post-game so it's not bogging down the main game. Or maybe I'd just leave it up to you guys whether or not you care enough to see them. But that is it for the 15 rounds, the games that you have to vote on. The winners have been, once again, Chrono Trigger, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Sonic Generations, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, Metroid Other M, Tales of Symphonia, Muramasa the Demon Blade, Earthbound, Persona 3 FES, Luigi's Mansion, No Kuni, Cave Story, Xenoblade Chronicles, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, Disgaea, and Kirby's Epic Yarn. So do please vote. The link is at the top of the video description. I will be leaving the vote open for a good few days so we can get as many votes in as we can. And once all is said and done, I will make another video telling you who has finally won and explaining my plans in getting around to actually starting the Let's Play. Hopefully giving a timeline as to about when you could expect it. Thank you all for your contributions up until now. It's been great, and I hope it just gets greater. Have fun with this, people. It's all for you.